Alright, time to juncture back to the summer of 2004. I saw the TV spot to Harold and Kumar go to White Castle, and I just became enamored with it. I knew it was just going to be a stoner, instant classic. You know, it got me. It was congenial.
It turned into a total classic. Kept you going and laughing.
Oh yeah, I was like, finally, no emotional plot, just a series of non-stop escapade of jeers, unpredictable obstacles,
race jokes, sex jokes,
zany escapades. It's really a lampoon on USA racial conflicts and stereotypes.
Basically the plot. They go to get some pink slime. They have the desire to get pink slime from a Monopoly chain.
The theme is...
From one of the chains, they have a monopoly on pink slime.
The theme is they crave
White Castle.
Haste burgers. And if you've never had White Castle, it's...
those little pieces of onion that explode in your mouth like crystals. That's what it is.
It's a mini burger where... yeah, they have. It's pretty good, but most of them just come pre-packaged and like frozen and shipped all around the USA. So by the time you eat it, it's all dried out and it's not really fresh.
There's nothing compared to something real and fresh. That's all fake. It's frozen and shipped all over. But anyway,
so this is from the writers who eventually took over the American Pie franchise. They did American Reunion. They wrote that, and
they're just your two average Joes who are like, hey, we love comedies, and let's write a comedy that's like, you know, sort of like our kind of humor. And this is what they came up with.
And so it was definitely top priority this summer, right behind getting Lil Jon tickets, because, you know, it was 04 and crunk was the hottest thing, you know.
If you're into that
get some crunk in your system.
You know, if you're into that sort of thing. But back to the movie.
And this movie, I was surprised, only made $23 million. And so I definitely saw it that weekend. It came out July 30th on Friday. I saw it July 31st on the Saturday. So just totally blown away. And so let's get...
And surprisingly, there's more token scenes in your average film.
And hilarious cameos.
Just once or twice, but this time they do it a couple of times.
It's one of those movies you could, watch.
What, Neil Patrick Harris is freaking
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. But we gotta start off with the elevator scene with the two main characters, Harold and Kumar. Harold's the overachieving Asian stereotype, paranoid, responsible,
executive banker,
best friends with Kumar, played by Kal Penn from Wilder fame.
He's your average Arab that doesn't want to go to med school, but he's got perfect scores just because he's getting blown.
Kumar, what is that, 5 O's or 2 U's?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, bullshit. He's the slacker, but still yet astute med graduate who is a lazy stoner, underachieving.
And it starts with them getting home from out of work, and they want to just get blown. And then they see...
You missed over the elevator scene.
Oh, my bad, go on.
Oh, no. Oh, he's so horny. Oh.
Where it's like, yeah, alright, uh-huh, alright.
You know those people that have that ringtone?
Alright, and it reminds you of that song, Me So Horny.
And then they step into the apartment. It's Kumar. This is such an L-Mid moment. He's trimming his pubes in Harold's room.
And then the
funny part
is when he drops the scissors and it stabs in the ground.
Oh yeah, it's a complete phenomenon. It just adds to the humor.
You know, phenomenon.
And so they just get extremely baked. I mean, bowl,
bong, doobie. They do it all. That's what they do, those 3 things, and then it's like the commercial on TV. It's like the farce.
It's a parody of the infomercial of teens getting baked and how it's wrong for you.
What is it? This is reefer madness sort of thing. The commercial, and they're like, oh, I'm so high. The kids are smoking.
This is totally
and he gets a gun.
Eric Vierthal, and
they're laughing at it.
92,
like a whole bunch of funny parodies throughout the movie. Stuff like that.
If he got baked. If he got stoned, he would...
Nobody knows who Eric Vierthal is.
YouTube, looking him up, everyone knows.
Go to YouTube. You ever heard of YouTube? Go to YouTube.
This latest video is probably talking about his latest Godzilla haul or something.
But anyways.
That's when we see the White Castle commercial, where they get that hankering for...
This whole movie's about freaking White Castle, paying them to even make this movie so they could advertise it.
And they make it look... immaculate.
Like those little taste crystals just pop in your mouth.
and they get the munchies, as people would call them.
So then they go and it starts the whole movie of crazy, zany skits and scenes of racism and sex jokes and what can I say?
Oh yeah, and a gay joke every 10
2
minutes.
seconds. Every 10 minutes. And Daddy's not coming on anything.
And Anthony Anderson's just, oh my god, just one hilarious cameo after another. Including Ryan Reynolds. I can't even believe he really took this role. He plays this strange gay character that they throw in there, and he was at a point where it was like he would be taking more serious roles, but he took that role, even though he was Van Wilder, let's say that. And Freak Show, Chris Maloney, wow.
That performance is hilarious.
Optimal comedy character right there.
What? The devil. What?
It's really a peerless performance by him. This is what keeps you coming back. Okay, and then the most shocking had to be, and what makes
Freak Show's the one that kept you coming back.
Not only him and Neil Patrick Harris, when you see that, him playing an exaggerated version of himself.
Shocking, what?
It was just hilarious. His whole demeanor of him being like a sex addict, and this was before everyone knew he was gay at this time. And
it's a total perversion of his own. It's a perversion of his own sexuality.
And so they pick him up on the side of the road,
and he's humping the chair. Two minutes later,
and he's like, "Can we get out of here? This is boring."
Spoilers.
And Cal's like, "Oh yeah,
this is a boring spot." Yeah, there's a whole bunch of funny jokes.
He's like, "So, did you hump
Stereotypes.
Yolanda? Did you get it with Yolanda on the set of Doogie Howser?" And he's like, "I humped every piece of ass on that set."
About that one chick, and he's like, "No, we didn't go all the way."
And then they pull over, and he ends up carjacked. Oh man, this is what really made it a classic. A celebrity playing themselves, kind of like being John Malkovich, a satire of themselves, where it's just a complete farce, and he's totally tripping balls, even though you really don't even trip on E. You just feel blissful and horny. But they got the horny part right. Anyway, there's so many things to talk about. You really can't even talk about them all. It's more like
I would
rather just watch it instead of us just talking about every little scene. But I pretty much said all my overall thoughts. I've never even really given an A+ to a movie, but it's got to be an A. 9.5 out of 10, probably even higher than that.
You saw a review earlier. The kid said the same thing, 9.5. That's why he's got the number in his mind.
Yeah, verbatim.
Yeah, really. I'd give it as a comedy 1 out of 10. I'd give it a 9.
Fast foods, high times, the Cheech and Chongs of the 2000s.
Or he crushes the roach and smokes the roach. It's a cockroach.
And I cannot wait for Harold and Kumar return to White Castle in the future. We need the writers to come back and do it. You know what's going to happen.
Definitely a comedy must to have in the collection.
Absolutely. And I think that's pretty much all I
think this concludes our first comedy review.
Wow. Alright. And be sure to tune in every Saturday night for horror and sci-fi movie reviews from the 70s and 80s. This was JBM and L-Mid for Mr. Creepshow 9.